What if I told you that a single city would one day conquer the known world? That gladiators would fight to the death for the entertainment of millions? And that the decisions made in marble halls over 2,000 years ago still shape our lives today? This is the story of Rome, the empire that refused to fall until it couldn't stand any longer. Rome didn't start as an empire. It began as a small settlement on the banks of the Tiber River around 753 BC. Legend says it was founded by Romulus and Remus, twin brothers raised by a wolf. Whether you believe the myth or not, what came next was very real. For centuries, Rome was a republic, governed by senators and consuls. But through brilliant military strategy, ruthless ambition, and innovative engineering, this small city-state began to expand. They conquered Italy, then the Mediterranean, then Gaul, Egypt, and Britain. By the time Julius Caesar crossed the Rubicon River in 49 BC, uttering, "The die is cast," the republic was dying. Caesar became dictator, and though he was assassinated on the Ides of March, his adopted son Octavian would finish what he started. In 27 BC, Octavian became Augustus, the first Roman emperor. The republic was dead. The empire was born. At its peak in 117 AD under Emperor Trajan, the Roman Empire controlled over 5 million square kilometers and 70 million people. That's roughly 21% of the world's population at the time. But Rome wasn't just about conquest. It was about civilization. They built over 400,000 kilometers of roads, some still used today. Their aqueducts brought fresh water to cities across the empire. They gave us concrete, the arch, and the dome. The Colosseum could hold 50,000 spectators who watched gladiators fight to the death. The Circus Maximus hosted chariot races for crowds of 150,000. Public baths weren't just for bathing. They were social centers where Romans debated philosophy, conducted business, and gossiped about emperors. Rome gave us our calendar, our alphabet, and the foundation of Western law. Concepts like innocent until proven guilty and representative government? Thank the Romans. Their language, Latin, evolved into French, Spanish, Italian, Portuguese, and Romanian. Even English is 60% Latin-derived. But with absolute power came absolute corruption. Not every emperor was Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king. There was Caligula, who allegedly made his horse a senator and declared himself a living god. Nero, who supposedly fiddled while Rome burned and blamed Christians for the fire. Commodus, who fought as a gladiator in the Colosseum because he believed he was Hercules reincarnated. The empire became a dangerous place. Emperors were assassinated, poisoned, or overthrown with disturbing regularity. The year of the 4 emperors saw Rome cycling through rulers like a broken slot machine. Praetorian guards, supposed protectors, auctioned the throne to the highest bidder. Political instability, economic crisis, and military defeats started to crack the foundation. The empire that had seemed eternal was beginning to crumble. In 285 AD, Emperor Diocletian split the empire in two, east and west. It was meant to make it easier to govern. Instead, it divided Roman power. The Western Empire faced wave after wave of barbarian invasions. Visigoths, Vandals, Huns led by Attila the Terrible. Rome, once invincible, was sacked in 410 AD by the Visigoths, the first time in 800 years. On September 4, 476 AD, the Germanic chieftain Odoacer deposed the last Western Roman emperor, a boy ironically named Romulus Augustulus. The Western Empire was finished. But Rome never truly died. The Eastern Roman Empire, known as Byzantium, survived another 1,000 years until 1453. And Rome's legacy? It lived on in every legal system, every Romance language, every democratic government that followed. From a single city to a world-dominating empire, from republican values to imperial decadence, from eternal glory to inevitable collapse. Rome's story is humanity's story: ambition, achievement, corruption, and the reminder that nothing lasts forever. The Romans believed they were building something eternal, and in a way, they were right, because 2,000 years later, we're still talking about them. If you found this fascinating and want to explore more incredible stories from history, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We're diving deep into the empires, battles, and figures that shaped our world. Don't miss out. See you in the next one.